With 2 prompts alone, I built HolidayAtlas, our own holiday travel booking app. Similar to Booking.com, similar to I Love Holidays. No manual coding, only prompts. Today, I'm going to show you how you're going to use prompt engineering to turn ideas into products. This is ChaseInTech. Welcome to another tutorial video. So guys, look, first we're going to do is get Claude Code set up in your system permanently. What we're going to do is go on Claude AI. You're going to go to bottom left, the icon on the left, click settings. Now, you see where Claude Code is right there. You're going to click Claude Code. Now, you see right here, install instructions. You can even see right here when I last used Claude Code myself. So, install instructions are right there. Now, we have all the documentation. Based on the system that you have, whether you're Windows or your Mac OS, you're going to copy a different command. I'm on Windows, so I'm taking this command right here, and this is for PowerShell. So as you see right here, this is called PowerShell. You're gonna paste that command right there and finish up all the setting up and configuration. So let's download our next tool, and that's gonna be Antigravity IDE. So this is gonna be our workspace for everything that we're gonna do. So we're gonna come here, download for Windows. Now next we're in Antigravity. Now what we need to do is, for the project that we're about to build, we need to make a project folder. So you see right here, within my documents I've got ChaseInTech, then I've got projects. Now I've already named what we're going to be building, HolidayAtlas. So you're going to have to do something similar, and then once you do that, you're going to open it. Alright guys, well right now we're in this fresh project, and right now I'm just going to give you a walk around on Antigravity and what everything I'm seeing on my screen is right now. So to the bottom, this is the terminal. Within the terminal, everything that happens within our project is going to be shown here. Logs, when we connect to servers, running the front end, things like that. It's all going to be within the terminal. Over the left is where all project files are going to appear when we start building on them. For now, there's nothing there, so it's empty. But look, we can press new file here, new folder, literally type them in. To the right hand side, we've got the agent panel right here, and above we see agent manager. So this is not what we're going to control our Claude Code, but starting the project off using the actual Antigravity agent. This is where we're going to be sending in some of our prompts. We will send majority for actual heavy lifting and coding into the terminal where Claude is going to be running, but just for general things about the repository, explaining what's going on, we're going to do that to the right hand side right here. So from this point on, this is where the prompt engineering starts kicking in. I'm going to give Antigravity's agents a structured large prompt, and then from there we're going to start building a project, getting the roadmap, the structure, the architecture. We're going to define that and how our project is going to work. HolidayAtlas is going to be built within here. So as you can see here, this is the prompt we have. You are a senior full stack engineer. Build a modern holiday booking web application called HolidayAtlas. This application should resemble platforms like Booking.com, I Love Holidays. So guys, if you've seen this prompt, just have a little skim over it. This is the type of prompt that you're going to want to use when you're building something like this. So what we're going to do is copy that in, paste that right here. Before you press enter, if you click down this drop down menu for Antigravity's IDE, yeah, they have different models, but we're just going to go with the Gemini 3.1 Pro. Now after I press enter, it's going to start building. As you can see, we see generating right there, and things are about to start going off. So as you can see guys, it's already talking about the home page, making an implementation plan. We've just been moved over to it right now. Just getting the architecture right. It's telling us how we're going to even start it, manual verification. Now this is the terminal command. You see how we made that terminal? This is something that you're going to run inside there. So look, the first thing that's happened is Antigravity has now made the implementation plan. So obviously specifically made for our project. The reason that the plan is made is useful is because before we start building blindly, it's really mapped out the structure, the architecture, how things are going to go down. So we are going to let Claude Code do the coding for this, and Antigravity just do the planning. But one problem I already see within the planning is talking about mock data over here. We don't really want mock data within our system. We want this to be realistic. So let's make some changes to that. So let's see if this is going to be an easy fix. Pretty much said we don't want any mock data. Please make sure that you change it to the best free APIs for the data. Guys, so look at the results from this. It looks like it's not going to be as easy as I thought it was. Not 15 minutes. In Rapid API, we got to do some signing up. So let's see the fastest way to get real data on. Yeah, so this is an authentic video. I could go ahead and give you some mock data, but I want this to be working real data made in real time. Guys, we're doing more research right now, and it is true. There's no fast way to get this API going. So our best options right now is use Gemini API, GeoAppify, and Unsplash. Let's deep dive into them and see the results. Alright guys, I'm now going to make the second API key. Let's set up the Gemini API. Damn, wrong name. New project. HolidayAtlas. Amadeus is the website we must have been looking for. Specifically have hotel data. Now, to build a holiday booking app, we're definitely going to need this. Guys, I like we ran into another problem with Amadeus AI. Look here, we just tried to check their self-service APIs. Everything was giving us hope, but looks like it's not working. We've got Aviation Stack, so they've got the API key right there. It's already fine. As a prompt engineer, a lot of these times you're using your own intuition, doing a lot of research, and that's what it is. So let's continue, and when I finally have the full stack sorted out from this point on, I'll just show you the research layer. When I finally have it all laid out, we're then going to fine tune that mega prompt that we had just with all the correct API keys. So when we're building this within Claude Code, it's getting one-shotted instantly. There's no problems. So guys, we're back. As you can see right here, we've got a full list of all the vendors who are going to give us the API keys. These two right here you see on the end are more hotel specific, and they relate more to HolidayAtlas. These are the ones that are going to provide our project with the data for the live flights that when our system is made, we're going to see all the flights that any user can book. You see that odd mega prompts that we had made previously? What we're going to do is augment what's within here, so all the API keys are going to be used when we start using Claude to start building out the system. So as I said guys, look, that mega prompt that we previously had, we're going to update it now so it includes information about the API keys that we have right here. As you can see, one recommendation I have for you, or one rule I have for you, never share your API keys, but in this case we're doing a demo project, so it's going to be fine. I'm pasting in that new prompt, but at the end I'm going to say the API keys. What I just told it to do is make placeholders for the API keys, so when you have a secret passwords like that, they're always stored in something called the env file. So that's what it's going to do for us. Implementation plan has just been changed, and it's already getting ready to start acting on what we're telling it to do. From this point on, I'm just going to do one more check. This is the area where I want to bring in Claude Code. Antigravity is perfect for planning the architecture and understanding the whole system that we're building, but Claude Code is the expert when it comes to execution of the code, making each of the files and making sure the system's going to flow well. So by doing this, I'm bringing in Claude, and what I'm going to do is write the Claude command right here in the terminal. We're combining the pros of both. Now after you run Claude, look, we got Claude right there, and then we're ready to go. Let's actually send a voice note to Antigravity to let it know we're going to hand over the execution of this to Claude. From this point on, we're going to let Claude Code do the development within the terminal. So what I want you to do is save the new implementation plan as a markdown file, and then just have that laid out in a perfect manner. So when I go into Claude Code, it has the reference files, and it can see the API keys which I'm about to provide you, so it can continue development, and then we're going to use you for architecture and planning. Now let's stop that and let's send that off. As you can see guys, it's doing exactly what we want it to. So it's making the env.example file, and from there, that's where we're going to put in all of the API keys that we collected from before. and then Claude is going to do the coding. So as you can see right here, this is our workflow. Antigravity for architecture, planning, reviewing, Claude Code for execution, and it's going to make the documentation. And that's going to be our workflow for this system, this build. So this is the easy bit. All we got to do is just keep prompting and prompting, continuing the development. So just to give you guys some context, I'm literally letting Antigravity run right now and putting within the env local all the real credentials. This is an example of what an example env file looks like right here. Antigravity is telling us right now is put all the correct env credentials into the env.local. So from this point onwards, Claude Code is going to do the rest of the development. So we need to give it that continuation prompt so it continues the development from what Antigravity has already done. So let's now get a prompt for Claude Code. Now this right here, guys, is the prompt we're going to use. Just looking at that implementation file ourselves, let's make sure everything's perfect. The goal description: build a modern consumer facing holiday style web app inspired by booking.com, mobile first responsive design with clear component structure. This is the correct prompt. Let's now get into the development. One quick right click, then we're going to press run. Now from this point onwards, you can go kick rocks. We're going to see what we get output with. Claude has to do his work and we're going to be reviewing it. So guys, look, we're back with results. We let that run for 12 minutes inside Claude Code, and this is what it's provided us. It's saying the front end is live already, and we can view that just by clicking on here. Oh wow, guys, look at that. One shot by Claude. This is what we call an application. Alright, what's loading up? Let's see what's loading up. Does it have any functionality? If we click Paris, okay, look, it's not working yet. Find hotels. Oh, wait, okay. We have hotels, but I can't click on them. So plan a trip is not functioning already. Click hotels, we're not taking anywhere. If we click flights, we're not taking anywhere. If we click explore, we're not taking anywhere. So it looks like we just have an interface, or no, we just have a canvas so far. It's not really populated with anything. We need to document what we've basically found so far. We can appreciate this interface, or this homepage is great. Just let's say the logo could be fixed. We could change the color of this, put some animations here, something like that. But just the way it's got the bubble text, it's quite friendly. It's quite easy to look at, quite easy to take in. We got the most popular locations: Paris, obviously that's #1, Tokyo, Bali. These are places that everyone wants to visit, so this is accurate. It's powered by Unsplash and GeoAppify, so it must be taking this data from the backend. Let's try and inspect element. Let's see the console. Oh, what's that? 401 errors. So this is not as perfect as we think it is. The type of the things that we're going to take pictures of later on and just log it down when we're reprompting again, because look, we've got our first initial canvas, but this isn't good enough. We've got problems here. Our console showing us there's many errors going on in the back end. This is where we're going to transfer back over to Antigravity, give it some context of what's going on, and then fix these problems. So guys, you saw the first pass was impressive, but it's not finished. Now this is the time where we fine tune and debug. I'm going to note down all the bugs to get even better prompts, and then we're going to tighten up the build even better. From this point onwards, what you're going to see me do is go into ChatGPT. I've configured a chat session, so it's going to intake all my bugs, like raw input. I'm using voice just to capture all the bugs, and then it's going to format it in a good way and direct Antigravity just to look for where the code is for that exact bug properly. From there again, once it's configured that, it's going to make a new implementation file. Claude Code is going to act on that file again. So the same workflow as before. I just use voice chat just to say what's going wrong, but I'm not done there. Now we need to provide some images of what's going wrong. So look, when I'm even making my images, guys, look, I'm going to draw my images. we're going to make it very clear what is not working. So look, let's draw a shape around this. No. Let's draw a shape around this. Let's draw. Look, circle this stuff. It's not working. What do we have an issue with? The logo could be better. Paste that into the chat right there. Wonderful. On to the next. I'm gonna keep doing that, and then you're gonna catch me at the end. All those logs, all them errors are getting just formatted within here straight to Antigravity. Have another fine-tuned implementation file going into detail about all of our bugs. I'm gonna run this straight through Claude Code again. HolidayAtlas is now live, guys. Look, the logo is still a problem, but let's see if we've got the functionality that we're complaining about. We can now see all the countries. This flights and hotels page is still working. Oh, I've never seen Dubai to London for $289, but we might have to check on that. We've got some nice hotels here, and then let's see what happens. If I click on it, I still got no response, so we're not done. Live hotel availability coming soon. We've got a plan a trip page. Let's say Tokyo. Now let's generate this. See what happens. 3 days. Best time to go is spring, autumn for mild weather. With that being said, guys, I've just showed you how you can prompt engineer in just 2 prompts. We've got an operating front end already. This was all done within hours. The longest bit was making the accounts to get all the API keys. When it comes to HolidayAtlas, we still need to fix these issues with the live data not being connected properly. This is my introduction to showing you prompt engineering. If you want me to continue this video, build more upon HolidayAtlas, just leave a like or leave a comment. But I promise you now, we've got a lot more interesting projects coming through.